Hello and welcome to the world of Arabian literature. We are going to tell you the story Count Not Your Chickens Before They Hatch by Vishnu Sharma. Have you ever had a very beautiful dream and get angry because you were distracted? Now, let's listen to the story Count Not Your Chickens Before They Hatch and how they relate to good dreams.
Once upon a time, there lived in a certain town a Brahmin named Luckless. He was a poor Brahmin, and he ate whatever he received. Luckless had enough stored a sack of barley grits, and from what he had from his dinner, he combined it together, filled it into a jar, and hung it from the ceiling. As he finally decided to have a sleep, Luckless couldn't even take his eyes off from the jar. Then, he started to have a dream. In his dream, he shouted out, "This jar full of barley grits, it's mine and mine alone." He dreamt that the village encountered a famine that causes them to have nothing to eat. He exchanged his jar full of barley grits to 100 silver coins. Using the money, he dreamt that he had bought a pair of goats that can make kids in just 6 months. He uttered that, "I shall have erred from them." The Brahmin then traded the herd of goats for cows and buffaloes wherein they can multiply that can result to produce a plenty buckets of milk.
Luckless the Brahmin would sell some of the milk and the rest will be used for making a curd and a butter. "I will become a rich man and I will buy a huge house with 4 rooms. Then a Brahmin will come into my house and offer me their lovely daughter with a rich dowry in marriage," said Luckless as he dreamt. The woman whom he soon married will help him in his household and in his business. In his dream, they would have a son, and he scolded his son because he won't listen to him. He would then run after his son with a stick and hit him playfully. Thinking that he was hitting his son, back to the present, Luckless picked a stick nearby and started hitting the air with it, until the stick reached to the jar, and with a perfect hit, the jar fell and spilled on the floor. Luckless then woke up and realized that he was still the poor and pitiful Brahmin, that there were no goats, cows, house, and even a son and a wife. He then took a glance at the jar with the spilled barley grits, then sadly thought, "Count not your chickens before they hatch." Thank you so much for listening.
"Do not count your chicken before they are hatched" is an example of an idiomatic expression. To expound it out, similarly, planning is an important thing in life, but we should not pin all our hopes and plan too much for the future. It is better to plan, but one must be also prepared to the uncertain eventualities to avoid disappointments and frustrations. That's all. Thank you.